Welcome to Mr. Dread. What would you do if an elevator took you to a floor that doesn't exist? This happened to a night shift security guard at a hospital in Pennsylvania. It was 3:40 a.m. He was watching the security cameras when one elevator suddenly started moving. Floor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The guard froze. There was no floor 6. It had been sealed for 11 years. The elevator doors opened. The camera showed an empty hallway, except for one light at the end. The guard called the night nurse. "Is anyone on floor 6? Static. Then she whispered, "Don't go up there." He asked why. She replied, "If you hear someone calling your name, don't answer." Then the guards saw something on the monitor. A little girl wearing an old hospital gown. She was staring directly into the camera. Then she pointed toward the elevator. The doors opened and the guard stepped inside. The elevator stopped on floor 6. The hallway was dark and abandoned. At the end was a door marked 617. He had worked there for 8 months, but had never seen that room. As he approached, he heard an old television playing inside. Then, a little girl laughed. He opened the door. An old hospital bed stood in the center. Someone was lying underneath the blanket. The guard whispered, "Hello?" A voice answered, "Please don't turn on the light." The guard froze. The voice asked, "How long have you worked here?" "8 months." The voice whispered, "I've been waiting for you for 11 years. The guard ran, but the hallway had changed. It was endless. Rooms 613, 615, 617, then 619. There was no room 619. He turned around. Room 617 had disappeared. Then footsteps began behind him. Slow, heavy, getting closer. A little girl's voice whispered, "Don't run." The guard finally reached the elevator. The doors opened. A woman in an old hospital gown stood inside. She slowly turned toward him. "Did they tell you about the fire?" The guard shook his head. She smiled. "Of course they didn't." The elevator doors closed. When they opened again, he was back at the security desk. His supervisor was waiting. The guard told him everything. The supervisor immediately pulled up the CCTV footage. The footage showed the guard entering floor 6, walking toward room 617, and opening the door. But someone was standing behind him. A woman. The supervisor whispered, "She died in the fire." 11 years earlier, a fire had killed a nurse and a little girl on that floor. After the fire, floor 6 was permanently sealed. It didn't exist anymore. The guard looked at the monitor. "Then why did I see it?" The supervisor rewound the footage, and suddenly, his face went pale. Room 617 was completely empty. No bed, no television, nothing. Then he looked at the guard. "People who see her don't come back." The guard laughed nervously. But I'm standing right here." The supervisor pointed at the security camera. "You're not standing here." The guard looked at the monitors. His supervisor was sitting alone. The guard was nowhere. Not on one camera, not on any camera. Then, the elevator doors opened. The little girl was standing inside. She smiled. "Come on." The lights went out. The next morning, the guard was gone. 3 days later, at exactly 3:40 a.m., the elevator opened on floor 6. The CCTV showed the missing guard walking out. He stopped at room 617, looked directly into the camera, and smiled. Then he pointed behind the camera. The footage ended, but the audio continued. A woman's voice whispered, "Next time, send the night guard." And even today, the elevator still stops at floor 6. Every night, at exactly 3:40 a.m. So, if you're watching this alone, and you hear an elevator bell, don't open your door. Because maybe the elevator isn't stopping for someone else. Maybe it's stopping for you. Subscribe to Mr. Dread if you dare to hear what happens next.